Welcome to the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology. My name is Dr. Marc Coppolino. I'm Associate Professor and Chair of the department. I have a research program in the department where we study molecular mechanisms of cellular movement, and specifically cells from human tissues and how they interact with extracellular matrix. This is interesting to us because these sort of interactions are what define tissues and organs and ultimately all sorts of body functions. One of the models we focus on is that of metastatic tumor cells. We're interested in this because metastatic tumor cells, malignant tumor cells, seem to have developed altered ways of interacting with extracellular matrix, and this allows them to spread in patients, and this is one of the things that causes some of the most damaging aspects of cancer. Basically what we're doing is looking at this from a biochemical and cell biology perspective and trying to learn about the machinery within cells that regulates how they interact with ECM. In terms of some advice, I would say never stop being curious. Science is a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun, and a lot of the fun comes from probing and working hard at those things you don't understand, asking questions, communicating with your peers, and trying to determine what can we learn about what's not known. And that's how knowledge grows. And I'm happy you've chosen our department to come to join and participate in that, because you're in for a wonderful experience as you progress through your various programs in a discovery of science and all there is to learn about biology. So thank you, and again, welcome to Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Allen-Vercoe. I'm a Canada Research Chair as well as a Professor of Microbiology here in the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology at the University of Guelph, and I want to extend a very warm welcome to all of you who are new members of our department, who have come into microbiology to study, and especially during these kind of difficult times where we can't really meet in person as I'd like to, but I want to reassure you that we've been working very, very hard over the last few months to bring our courses online and to make them as valuable as possible through the start of your career. And we hope that as times progress, perhaps the pandemic will subside and we'll be able to continue with your education in a more in-person way as we carry on through the semesters. So let's hope that that's the case. Now, you'll probably come across me in particular, perhaps teaching introductory microbiology, although recently my teaching commitments have been moved to an advanced methods course, which is a third-year course, which you could also do in your fourth year. This is an antibiotic discovery course. I'm quite excited about it because it's a new thing that we're introducing as part of a larger citizen science project. So we're trying it out for the first time this year. I hope it's going to work well. And I have a feeling that it will. So with any luck, I will see some of you in that course in the future. Also in my lab, I study, as I mentioned, the human gut microbiome, and that means basically I study poop, which is pretty disgusting for many people. For us in my lab, my graduate students and I find it absolutely fascinating, and on some occasions I'm called on to give guest lectures to talk about this work, and I'm happy to do so, so perhaps you'll see me there as well. So one of the things that I've been able to do with my research is spin it out into a company, and we have a company called New Biota that actually currently works out of the university and is waiting for its new building to be built. So it's really wonderful to see my work translated to the clinic, and it's quite an unusual thing, I think, for a professor to see, so I'm very excited to share what we find. And in my lab, we actually do some really unusual microbiology. I actually work on anaerobes, which are microbes which really don't like to live in the presence of air, the oxygen that we breathe. And these are absolutely fascinating microbes. We have a lab that's completely adapted to work with them. And so I'm hoping that at some point during your career, I'll be able to introduce myself in person and perhaps show some of you who are interested a little bit more of the work that we do. So good luck as you start and embark on your career at the University of Guelph. Please try not to get too down about the situation. We're all in this boat together. We're doing our very, very best, as I said, to make sure that you're integrated and feel welcome to the community, even if you're only here in a virtual way for the first little while. And I hope that I will meet some of you, most of you, in person as well over the next few years of your career, and have a great first semester.
I'm Seah, and I'm a faculty member from the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology. So I teach primarily microbiology courses, but my research interest is mainly on microbial biochemistry. So my lab, we study enzymes involved in degradation of toxins or pollutants. We are also interested in enzymes that have some medical relevance. So I've been a faculty member in this department for about 20 years. And one thing that I noticed is that students are usually intimidated in approaching professors for help. So my advice to new students is that don't be afraid to approach your professor if you have problems in the course. We are here to help you, and we want you to succeed. So it's important for you to make use of the resources available to you.
Hello and welcome to the University of Guelph and the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology. My name is Madison and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a Ph.D. candidate in the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology, and I actually also completed my undergraduate degree in microbiology at Guelph as well. I thoroughly enjoyed both of my experiences and hope you do too. As a Ph.D. candidate, I am a teaching assistant within the department, and I also study human infections relevant to individuals with cystic fibrosis. I have a few pieces of advice for you as you embark on your very first semester at Guelph. The first being, if you have any virtual synchronous lectures, I do encourage you to attend those lectures because they are important and your instructors have put a lot of thought into making sure that they're meaningful learning experiences, but also to encourage you to turn your video on during those lectures so that you can feel more engaged and involved in the classroom if you do feel comfortable to do so. And then the last piece of advice I have for you is to reach out for help throughout the semester and take advantage of all the different supports available at the university, such as those offered through the library or reaching out to your instructors or teaching assistants. We all want to see you succeed through your first semester and through the rest of your degree. And so we're here to help and happy to help. And so best of luck as you embark on this new experience, and I really hope you enjoy your experience at the University of Guelph. Take care.
Hi, my name is Sarah Wootton, and I am an associate professor in the Department of Pathobiology. In my lab, we engineer viruses for a variety of different purposes, including preventing infectious diseases, treating cancer, and treating diseases associated with single gene defects. Although it's been a long time since I've been an undergraduate student, if I think about my time back in the undergraduate biochemistry program, I think one bit of advice would be to try and stay on top of your courses. Attend every lecture if possible, and don't be afraid to ask questions. if you're confused about some of the material, chances are other classmates are as well. And there's no such thing as a silly question, so please do ask questions and do approach the professor, and if you don't understand something, because they'll be more than willing to help you out. Just also try to remember that it's an overwhelming time, and you're not alone, and a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed, but it does get better, it gets easier, and your marks will increase over the 4 years of your undergraduate degree, and in the end, you'll feel extremely confident when you get your Bachelor's of Science degree. So best of luck.
Hello everyone, my name is Professor Terry Van Raay, and I'm a faculty member in the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I grew up around southwestern Ontario, spent a large number of my educational years in the United States, and came back to the University of Guelph about 12 years ago. My research focuses on understanding the regulation of the Wnt signaling pathway using zebrafish as a model. So this pathway is involved in a large number of developmental processes, establishing where your head and tail belong, involved in development of the majority of your organs, but it's also involved in maintaining stem cells in the adult. And so when this pathway kind of goes wrong, right, when its mutations kind of constitutively activate the pathway, this can result in diseases such as colorectal cancer. So we try to understand how that pathway is regulated, with the idea that that information can then be applied to understanding what goes wrong in disease. So as far as teaching goes, I typically, historically, have taught two courses: the Biology 1090 course, which is your first year molecular cell biology course. I'm responsible for the genetics component of that course. And I also teach a third year genomics course that will be merging into an advanced molecular cell techniques course. So by the time you guys reach third and fourth year, that course will be well in place and well established. For advice I want to give to undergrad students, I think the best advice I could give would be to develop your imagination. You're going to get all this essential skills and understanding in biology from your undergraduate degree in MBG as an MBG major. But what you're not going to get as far as courses go is the ability to develop your imagination, and that's something that I would encourage you to do, because that's what's going to take our field of science to the next level, right? I encourage my students to think deeply about their subject material, and when they think deeply about that material, they're able to kind of immerse themselves in that subject, but then to think a little bit with an imagination. So I come from a family of artists. I'm the lone scientist in the field, but I don't separate arts and science the way some people do. I think that we're both trying to interpret the environment around us, whether it's paint on a palette or the genes that are involved in development. So I would encourage you to develop your imagination in your undergrad career, to take your arts courses seriously, and see how you can use those art courses to apply that kind of level of imagination, or to foster your imagination in the field of science. Anyway, best of luck with your studies, and I hope to see you around the science complex or in some of my courses. Bye for now.
Hi there, students. Welcome to the University of Guelph. I'm Jim Uniacke. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology, and I'll be one of your professors in second year. I teach MBG 2040, so that's Foundations in Molecular Biology and Genetics. And I'm also a researcher here in the Science Complex on campus, where I study the genetics of cancer, human cancer cells, and how they synthesize proteins in the tumor microenvironment, which tends to be quite hypoxic, low in oxygen. So we study specialized protein synthesis machineries that are active in low oxygen, and these machineries allow cancer cells to adapt and survive in the harsh environment of tumors. So we're looking for ways to block these protein synthesis machineries to prevent cancer cells from adapting to the tumor microenvironment as a treatment. So I know that this upcoming semester may not be like you had imagined, with a bit more remote teaching. But rest assured that us here, faculty, staff, course coordinators on campus and in your College of Biological Science are working tirelessly to make this as comfortable and normal of a semester as possible. I know that many of you are likely interested in lab work and research. So our department has over 40 active research labs that you might want to get involved in. So feel free to reach out, even from home. Reach out through an email and we can virtually chat and talk to you about our research. And you might want to join one of our research groups as a volunteer to start, or a summer research student, and eventually in your later semesters a for credit research project in one of our labs. So stay in touch. I'm standing here on Johnston Green in the heart of the University of Guelph campus, and we're hoping to welcome you soon. And thanks for choosing Guelph. Good luck, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Welcome to the University of Guelph. My name is Lindsay Obress, and I graduated in 2018 with a Bachelor's of Science in Molecular Biology and Genetics. I am now actually doing my master's degree still at the University of Guelph, but in the Department of Population Medicine. My degree is going to be in epidemiology, specifically in infectious disease epidemiology, so having a background in MBG was great for that. My advice for you incoming students would be to ask questions. Your profs and TAs can sometimes feel intimidating. I was intimidated by them too, but they're really there to help you and make sure you get the help you need to do well. Again, welcome to Guelph. I hope you enjoy your time here. I obviously did, since I stayed around for a second degree.
Hello everyone, welcome at the University of Guelph. My name is Dr. Jasmin Lalonde. I'm a faculty member in the MCB department. I'm typically teaching 2 courses in the winter semester part of Bio 1090, and in the fall semester I'm teaching a third year class in neuroscience. When I'm not teaching, I'm responsible for a research group that studies neuron development and plasticity. For that work, we use primary cultures made from mouse or rats, and we apply microscopy techniques as well as calcium imaging to understand how these cells grow and change. Another part of the lab is studying the molecular basis of psychiatric disorders. These are diseases like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, and to understand how neuron development is different or impaired in patients, we use stem cells made from patients, and we basically grow what we can call mini brains out of those, and then we compare how those are growing in comparison to control individuals.
Hi there, and welcome to the University of Guelph. My name is Olivia, and I recently graduated from the neuroscience program at the University of Guelph. I am doing my Ph.D. in molecular and cellular biology, specializing in neuroscience, looking at research in autism spectrum disorder, specifically looking at treatments for the neurodevelopmental disorder and sex differences in neural oscillation function. I will be starting that in the fall as well, and I will be TAing Neuro 3100, a third-year neuroscience course. Some tips that I have for you coming into the University of Guelph is that even though it's an online semester, which I'm so sorry about, try to reach out to as many peers as you can. The Guelph Neuroscience Student Association is a great way to do that. And I find that that makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to talk to people about what's going on in your courses and everything. As well, it allows you to have a group of people that kind of know what you're doing. And with that, I hope to see you in the fall or in the winter, maybe on campus, studying, and have a good start to your fall semester.